Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
Have you ever been on a cruise ship that was cut in half? We know what you're thinking, but no, we're not surveying for survivors of cruise ship accidents. And while we cannot shake the image of the Titanic sinking from our memory either, let's turn our attention to something more positive. If you do go on a large cruise ship in the near future, chances are it was recently cut in half. But don't worry, it was all done with a good purpose, and besides, you won't notice any scars. Let's back up a bit to understand why that is. Cruise lines are adding more and more innovative features to their ships to satisfy consumers' demands for modern and luxurious experiences. And the bigger the ships get, the more impressive their innovations are. Take the largest cruise ship in the world, Royal Caribbean's Symphony of the Seas. Now this is an impressive engineering feat, measuring in length as much as the Empire State Building does in height, and weighing the equivalent of 15 Brooklyn bridges. Its onboard hits include top-notch surf simulators, super slides, glow-in-the-dark laser tag facilities, and a robotic duo serving at the cruise bar. Customer service and entertainment on the ship have become the biggest differentiator factors for cruise lines. But the bigger the ship and the crazier the services offered, the more complicated the construction process can get. Ships in general are the perfect example of engineering Mastership, allowing us to conquer the seas since we first stepped in Australia 40,000 years ago. Nowadays, cruise ships take away the need of reaching the land altogether. They're meant to feel like entire cities on water. How did we even manage to build these sea tech monsters, never mind to keep them afloat? It's a complicated process that takes place mostly on land. Different parts of the cruise ship are constructed separately and are then connected. You know, just like puzzle pieces or massive Legos. You may be surprised, but some of the sections need to be built upside down. Even though it sounds counterintuitive, this makes it easier for engineers to work on them. The walls of the ships, called bulkheads, must be built with maximum precision. They form part of the ship's structure and are particularly vulnerable to outside conditions. Think of the ship as a floating tube. The tiniest hole in the tube will weaken the structure, placing the ship in danger of sinking. Another crucial detail for the construction of a ship is the use of materials. Ships have tons of requirements and restrictions on construction materials. The most important requirement for the ship is to, well, float. The selection of materials has to comply with a basic function of the structure. The taller and larger the ship gets, the more difficult it becomes to use the proper type and amount of materials to prevent it from losing balance. Other risks also have to be considered. Certain materials are prohibited because they pose various threats to the ship's safety. Wood, for instance, is avoided as it tends to burn quickly. All this shows that we've mastered the engineering and technology processes behind the construction of cruise ships. So why are we cutting them in half? Are we destroying them? Quite the opposite. Just a few months ago, the president of Windstar Cruises used a blowtorch to make the final vertical cut that would split the Starbreeze motor yacht in two. Guests and witnesses watched and cheered him on. Why is that? See, the public knew the Starbreeze was about to undergo an innovative process called stretching. As the two halves of the ship are pulled apart like Lego pieces, they make room for a midsection addition. In this case, an 84-foot additional boat piece. This sort of surgery process only takes a few months, much less than constructing a new boat from scratch, and brings many benefits to the owners and future passengers alike. The Starbreeze, for instance, expected a lot of additional capacity for its guests, with 50 new suites that could house 100 guests. In fact, the process of stretching promises so many benefits to the company that they plan to expand to additional cruise ships by the end of 2020. Although the required investment is an impressive $250 million, the company expects the project to be profitable. There are two key reasons behind the profitability of stretching cruise ships. First, it leads to an increase in capacity, bringing higher revenues from accommodating additional passengers. This one is easy. What you may not have thought of is that it allows ships to minimize the number of crew members per passenger. How does that happen? Well, although the number of staff remains stable or increases only slightly, the number of passengers per ship can even double with stretching. Instead of having two different ships with two sets of crews, you keep one captain, one chief engineer, and so on, and increase passenger capacity. Boom! You get what's called economies of scale. Stretching cruise ships brings other benefits too. With global warming knocking on our doors, maritime emission standards are getting tougher as a way to reduce climate change. This forces cruise lines to find innovative ways to cut down emissions. When the guts of the ships are open, companies have a chance to replace outdated engines with modern equipment that generate less greenhouse gas emissions and pollution. Because the new engines are more fuel efficient, they also end up saving the company fuel costs. Over time, better functioning engines require fewer repairs, decreasing effort and cost of maintenance. In the case of Starbreeze, the owner expects the stretching to add 20 years to its lifespan. Adding completely new blocks to the ship is becoming a classic move for luxury cruise lines for another important reason. Since they differentiate on services and entertainment, this allows cruise ships to add exciting new facilities, technologies and features, attracting more people and allowing them to spike the prices. The ultra-luxury cruise ship, for instance, has increased the pool area, added a new aerobics facility, introduced a spa concept, and added 2 new public spaces with entertainment options. Stretching is a huge concept, and it's safe to say that it's revolutionized the cruise industry. But cruise lines have adopted many other innovations. The most popular of these trends has been digitalization. Cruise industry has been quick to enhance passenger experiences by offering Internet of Things, IoT, connected equipment. Worried about keeping countless things with you while enjoying the different ship facilities? Enter the smart wristband to serve as your digital wallet, ID card and room key, triple benefit. The radio frequency identification, RFID wristband, debuted in 2005 at a waterpark facility, but has since been widely adopted by cruise ships. Wearables offer connected vacations with minimum effort. Princess Cruises, for instance, offer small devices that can be worn as medallions that allow passengers to interact with entertainment and food services, as well as lodging, recreation and retail, all by swiping a band or using a necklace. Want some personalized dining or excursion advice or real-time notice on what's happening around the ship? Thanks to the AI component integrated into the device, you'll be offered any number of suggestions you like. Apart from wearables, the object you're most likely to have everywhere with you, even on a cruise ship vacation, is your smartphone. Cruise lines know it. This is why they go out of their way to integrate smartphones into the whole experience. The mobile app Sea Beyond of the Royal Caribbean Cruises, for instance, is also built on artificial intelligence, making it the perfect personal concierge for onboard activities. How will cruises look in the near future? What can we further expect from the cruise of the future? One thing is sure, we'll see even more emphasis on digital technology and artificial intelligence. Cruise lines will continue to compete with each other on providing entertainment services such as Segway rides, state-of-the-art fitness areas and onboard aquariums with exclusive underwater viewing facilities. Think about it. You'll go down the deck stairs, below sea level, to watch a real-time spectacle arranged by the marine life. Otherwise, if you prefer to watch the show from the comfort of your balcony, you may be able to do so. Some cruise lines intend to place screens connected to live feeds of the ocean views on balconies. For increased comfort and personalization, voice-enabled artificial intelligence devices will likely be found in every cabin, assisting passengers in adjusting lights, sounds, temperatures, and even taking bookings. Virtual reality headsets will become commonplace within the next 10 years. This will completely change food experiences and even allow virtual access to previously unreachable areas, such as the captain's cabin and inhospitable shore areas. The cabin ceiling may show you the sky, and your cabin wall may start streaming ocean views. Do you enjoy your cocktail with a sprinkle of advanced technology? Because cruise lines are increasingly drawn to the idea of replacing barmen with robot bartenders. The bionic bar of the Royal Caribbean is nothing short of an image from the Jetsons. The frosted bar features 2 robots that take bottles hanging upside down from the bar and mix them into cocktails ordered by passengers from digital menus. And while the use of drones is currently restricted on cruise ships, the future may look very different. The next generation of cruise ships could feature airports for drones to supply the ship when it's at sea for a long time. Moreover, smaller drones could be introduced on board to carry various duties such as food delivery and laundry. As far as we're concerned, the sky is the limit. Stretching initiatives and added facilities will also likely increase the overall boat size. If they aren't already, cruise ships will become authentic floating cities, delivering unique vacation experiences. What excites you about the future of cruise ships? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up my next video.